Welcome to the 2020 New Testament Challenge. Today we're in Luke chapter 6. In verses 37 and 38, Jesus gives very clear instruction. He says, "Do not judge, or you will be judged. Do not condemn, or you will be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given unto you. Shaken together, pressed down, and running over. With the measure you use, it will be measured back to you." There's a big difference between being judgmental and being discerning. A judgment is where you're making a verdict. You're saying this is worthy or unworthy, and usually it's based upon a person. Discernment is based upon observation, and you're saying this is right or this is wrong. That's different than passing judgment. He said, "Do not judge, but be a fruit inspector." In Matthew chapter 7, verse 16, he said, "Consider their fruit. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Thus by their fruit you will recognize them. Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only those who do the will of my Father who is in heaven." Jesus was saying we need to be fruit inspectors, knowing right from wrong, but not being judgmental, passing a verdict. That's not our job. That's God's job. And then he said, "Give, and it will be given unto you," here in Luke chapter 6. Imagine you have a basket and it's full of grain. If you want more grain in that basket, what do? The first thing you do is you shake it back and forth so that all those little air pockets might disappear and those seeds might get closer together. And then you press those seeds down, and then you can pour more on top until it overflows. What is Jesus saying here in Luke 6? That the more you give, the more you will receive. And with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you, but you're going to get more than you expect. So if you judge, you're going to be judged even more harshly. If you condemn, condemnation is on its way. But if you forgive, then more forgiveness will be given to you, shaken together, pressed down, and running over. If we want to receive grace, we need to give grace. But if we give something harsh, we're going to receive that back. What is Jesus saying? You cannot be judgmental and redemptive all at the same time. If we want to be helpful to other people, we have to see them as God does. How does God see us? He sees us with a heart of love. And that's how we need to respond to other people. Not in a judgmental way, discerning, yes, so we can say this is right or this is wrong, but always in an act of love so that they might be redeemed and brought closer to God. That's our job. Do not judge, forgive. If we want grace, give grace. Thank you so much for joining the 2020 New Testament Challenge.